Welcome to the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri. Sorry, this is the Neolun Arch Gate, and we're in San Francisco, California. This is one of the main reasons that the Genesis GV90 is one of the most impressive new vehicle debuts of the year, and I cannot wait to show it to you. So, let's go. If you think you've seen this car before, you're not crazy. Genesis previewed the GV90's design 2 years ago with the Neolun Concept, and pretty much all the substance you saw in that concept car can be found here on the car you'll actually be able to buy.
For starters, the design is nearly identical, with only minor tweaks needed to bring the Neolun look to reality. Genesis says this shape is inspired by the Korean moon jar, a traditional symbol of Korean design and artistry. It's boxy without being sharp around the edges, it has good proportions with smooth lines and a lot of presence. Overall, it's a head-turner.
Genesis is taking a new approach to its micro lens array lighting technology up front. Here it is now in a wing-faced setup. That's what they're calling it, the wing-face micro lens array. And essentially what that means is all of these micro LEDs make up the entire grille design. And with this being an electric vehicle, I'll get to those specs later, there is no opening here. It's smooth, uninterrupted, and they've kept the two-line motif, which continues around the side of the car and serves as turn signals over on the fenders. And you will be seeing this look on the upcoming refreshed G90 sedan as well. I think it's really clean, really elegant. Let me know what you think.
Around the side, the GV90's size becomes more apparent. At just over 208 inches long with a nearly 128 inch long wheelbase, this is now the largest vehicle that Genesis makes, and will absolutely serve as the brand's flagship going forward. 24-inch wheels are on offer if that doesn't convince you.
Here also is where the GV90 goes in two distinct directions. The standard GV90 will have traditional swing doors like so, but the GV90 Neolun, which borrows its name from the concept car that previewed it, will come with the new Neolun Arch Gate. Interesting name, but basically what that means is you get coach doors that open independently of each other, and they don't have a B-pillar here. You've seen access cab trucks where you have to open the front door first before you can open that back portion. Here, that's not necessary.
To counter the loss of the fixed structure in this space, Genesis had to think outside the box a bit. In addition to a new latch system that safely seals the doors to the body when closed, they created what is essentially a roll cage, with higher strength steel and extra architectural support around the cabin. They even added a roof-mounted airbag to protect occupants from possible ejection during a rollover crash. While I'm stoked to see someone finally do this for a car with a mostly glass roof, just don't forget your seatbelt, people.
Around back, things still look strikingly similar to that Neolun concept, including the two-line light signature you see right here. It wraps around the side of the car, but interestingly, Genesis opted not to put a rear spoiler on the back of the GV90 to hide this kind of awkwardly placed rear wiper. For a clean look like this, I'm surprised that they kept that. What do you think?
Before we hop inside and see what wonders await in there, let's talk about what's powering this thing. Riding on an all-new electric platform exclusive to Genesis called Electric Mobility Prime, or EMP, the GV90 gets the largest battery fitted to a Hyundai Motor Group vehicle to date, at 123.5 kilowatt hours. Dual motor all-wheel drive with a slight power bias to the rear comes standard and puts out a total of 657 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, also the most powerful Hyundai Motor Group electric vehicle to date. We don't know the exact curb weight just yet, but expect this to be the heaviest electric creation from the company so far too.
You'll be able to charge the GV90 using the NACS charge format, meaning you'll be able to go to most Tesla superchargers without using an adapter. And they're claiming up to 350 kilowatts of peak DC fast charging for a 10 to 80% charge rate of around 20 minutes, which is still faster than a comparable Escalade IQ from Cadillac, but that car is much bigger, has a bigger battery, is probably heavier, and has over 400 miles of range. So, apples to oranges maybe?
Other noteworthy features include a multi-chamber air suspension with an adjustable ride height, adaptive dampers, rear-wheel steering, 4-piston monoblock brake calipers, and dual electronic limited slip differentials, one for the front axle and one for the rear. Okay, now here is where the money is. In the same vein as General Motors electric vehicles, there is no start button here in the GV90. You just get in, close the doors, and push on the brakes to turn the car on. In front of this new steering wheel design is a column-mounted shifter that, when parked, is situated in the 12 o'clock position, but when you sit down in the car, it moves to the 2 o'clock position. Behind that, you will not find any sort of screen. Instead, a standard 25-inch head-up display which gives you all the pertinent information you would look for in an instrument cluster. There's also the brand new cinematic display, a pop-up center OLED touchscreen that raises and lowers at the push of a button. In park, you can raise the screen to 24.6 inches in size, giving you a more cinematic display for watching content, but in drive, it locks into the slimmer 23.6 inch size, mimicking what you've seen in existing models. Inside that screen, you'll find the first example we've seen in the US of Hyundai Motor Group's new Plios Connect software, which is based on Android Automotive, but it doesn't exactly have all the Google features you've seen in other Android Automotive systems from General Motors, Volvo, etc. The app market is not in fact Google Play, it's actually the Plios app market. There's also the Gleo AI Natural Voice Generative Assistant, which will be built into the car as standard and will allow you to interact with the features and functions of the vehicle using your natural voice. The cabin does come with ambient glow mood lighting from the floor all the way to the ceiling. If you go for the Neolun Executive Suite package, the GV90 becomes a 4-seater with a huge center console and real wood veneer flooring that can be radiantly heated. Yes, you can get heat directly from the floors, and you could also mop them if you wanted to. Similar to how Mercedes-Benz and Lexus do their executive 4-seat configurations, this setup separates the second row from the cargo area entirely. This is also the only way you can get the Smart Vision roof, which is new for Genesis and can alter the transparency of the glass in 6 independent zones, very similar to what Audi is doing right now. Oh wait, I forgot one last thing, the GV90 Neolun can turn into a true lounge when parked. The front 2 seats can swivel around 180 degrees facing the rear passengers, and yes, this feature is coming to the US.
There are still a few things we do not know about the GV90, including cargo capacity and pricing, but all of that information should start trickling out as we get closer to its on-sale date of early next year. Until then, make sure you're subscribed to the Kelley Blue Book YouTube channel so you don't miss the first time we get behind the wheel of one and the first time we get one home to test. But for now, I'm gonna go back and play with those super cool doors.